Thinking about reading Ryan's Holiday, Ego is an Enemy, but want to find out a little bit more before you give it a go? Well, check out this video. Hey, it's Charelle from PropelHer, the place for unashamedly ambitious women who want to achieve more success in their life. Each month, PropelHer's book club reads a new book to help you achieve more in your life. And this month we were reading Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday. At the beginning of the book, Ryan states, for people with ambition, drive and talents to fulfill, ego comes with the territory. And that is why I chose this book. I know that working with so many ambitious women, ego is part of the picture and we all need to learn how to manage it. When most people think about their ego, they have negative connotations about it. And Ryan is no different. Ryan truly believes that ego is the enemy, and at the start of the book he told you numerous reasons why, and then he goes on to say how it will affect you specifically in 3 different areas: when you aspire, when you're in success, and when you're in failure. And that is the structure for the rest of the book. Ryan starts off the Aspire section of the book talking about how for a whole generation people have been given these motivational and inspirational talks about how they can succeed to whatever they put their mind to. He says that this has made people get inflated self-esteem and self-belief, and as a result it makes them feel special, it makes them feel entitled, and that we need to control that. He believes that feeling special and entitled is stopping people from putting in the necessary work that they need to do in order to change their aspiration into a reality. In fact, he believes it so passionately. There is a whole chapter called Work, 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 and he talks about it's not about being talented, but it's about continually putting the effort in. Throughout the book, Ryan has some pretty eye-catching chapter categories, and one of them in the Aspire section is called Don't Be Passionate, which I take as a complete and utter dig at all the self-development people out there that talk about follow your passion. Instead, he says that you need to be putting boundaries on your passion and that really you should be focusing on your purpose. After talking about Aspire, Ryan moves on to talk about ego is the enemy for success. In this section, I loved the quote, "Success is intoxicating, but to maintain it requires sobriety." The fact is, if you've been working really hard to make something happen for you and then you get that level of success, it is easy to let it go to your head. However, if you want to maintain it, you need to be keeping that ego in check. One of the ways that Ryan recommends you can keep your ego in check during success is to always stay a student. It is tempting when you're successful, particularly in your career, to feel like you can't push yourself outside your comfort zone, you can't ask questions because you need to be proving that you are intelligent and you've got this role because of everything you know. However, Ryan says that what you need to do is forget about that. You need to keep on learning, and that is what's going to help you to maintain the success that you achieved in the first place. Success isn't always achieved alone, and one of the examples in this section that I really liked was from a team, a sports team, and it's called the idea of the innocent climb. This is where, in the beginning, a team all works together. They are all helping each other and supporting one another to make things happen. However, as teams do better in the leagues, as they win trophies, as they win championships, individuals can start to believe that they are better than the team, and in fact it ends up destroying the whole thing altogether. I found this a really interesting concept because I think all of us know a team in the past that has gone from nothing, that has come together, that has risen against all the odds, and then you start to see the people that get the big head and they think they're better than everyone else and actually destroys it. And this isn't something that's only applicable to a sports team. It could be if you're working on a project, it could be a small team within a company, that there's lots of other ways it could be applied. The final stage where your ego can appear is during failure. And Ryan makes a very drastic point that whilst it might be a side effect during success, it can be fatal if your ego appears during failure. This comes down to the idea that there are so many people who, when they fail, they let their ego take over to the point that they're never able to recover. In this section of the book, Ryan tells some absolutely ridiculous stories of people who fail, and because they're not able to admit to themselves that they're failing or admit to others, they make a downward spiral. And some of these stories are absolutely crazy, and I can't believe that people did it. Not only did it impact themselves, but it impacted people they worked for and other people around them. So the lesson is, Do not let your ego take over when you're failing. One of the ways that Ryan says that you can stop your ego from taking over is really trying to maintain your own scorecard. This is the idea that you shouldn't be judging yourself based on what others think of you, but in fact, if you know your values, if you know your morals, and also if you know that you are pushing yourself to be the best you possibly can be, that is what you should be aiming for. Overall, I thought Ego is the Enemy was okay. I really enjoyed the concept of ego in the 3 sections. So the idea of during when you aspire, during success, and during failure. And I think whereas a lot of the time we think about ego in a really in the successful stage, I really liked how we got to think about it at different stages. Also, I think there was lots of ways that people who normally don't think they have an ego could find elements in the book that really spoke to them. However, I only thought the book was okay because it was very masculine. Not only were there only 2 women mentioned across all of the stories in the book, but also I found some information just didn't really reflect my own experiences, especially when I think of all the women I work with that suffer with imposter syndrome, and the fact that Ryan was trying to make out that it was the complete opposite and people actually are a lot more inflated and have a lot more self-belief than is actually true. Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday was read as part of PropelHer's book club. PropelHer's book club is a non-fiction, female-focused book club to help women achieve success in their life. And if you would like to join our London or online group, then I'll put all the information in the description below. I would love to know in the comments below, will you be giving this book a chance or will you be not? And if you've already read the book, I would love to know, what did you think about it? And if you would like even more PropelHer goodness, head over to propelher.co.uk where I have a whole range of resources to help you achieve more success in your life. Bye for now.